Maxwell's How Successful People Think.
Yeah, great book. Lots to unpack there.
Absolutely. Think of this as, getting the core ideas, the frameworks that really drive success, but without you having to read the whole thing cover to cover.
Right. Our goal here is to pull out those actionable insights, the things you, listening right now, can actually use.
Exactly. How can you sharpen your own thinking, starting today, to get closer to your goals?
Yeah.
We're not just summarizing, we're digging into what makes these thinkers, well, tick.
And how you can build those same mental habits. It's fascinating, really, when you look at successful people. I mean, they're in totally different fields, right?
Mm-hmm. Wildly different.
But the common thread, it's often how they think, their process. It's less about, where they came from or even specific talent sometimes.
And more about how they approach things. Problems, ideas, decisions.
Precisely. That seems to be the real separator.
And here's the really good news, right? Maxwell makes a strong case that this isn't some, innate gift only a few people have.
No, not at all. It's a skill, a learned skill, like building muscle.
Which is incredibly empowering, isn't it? It means you're not stuck. You can actually develop these ways of thinking.
You're in the driver's seat. Change your thinking. You can change your whole trajectory.
Yeah, and it's not just about positive thinking, though. That can be part of it. This is about tangible results.
Oh, absolutely. Good thinking, effective thinking. It generates revenue. It solves those really sticky problems. It opens up opportunities you didn't even see before.
It's a direct engine for growth, personally and professionally.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so let's get practical. How do we actually become better thinkers?
Mm-hmm.
Maxwell talks about this ongoing process.
Right. It's not a one-and-done thing. The first piece is about input. You need good stuff coming in.
Like feeding your brain properly.
Exactly. Good thinkers are always looking for quality input. They're actively seeking ideas.
So reading books, articles, trade magazines, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. But also listening. Really listening to people, spending time with the sharp individuals who challenge you. That whole iron sharpens iron idea.
Makes sense. You're going to have good raw material.
Yeah.
But then what do you do with it? He mentions needing places to shape, stretch, and land your thoughts. Let's start with shaping.
Shaping is about taking those raw ideas and, giving them structure, making them clear.
How do you do that?
Maxwell really emphasizes writing. Putting thoughts into words forces you to clarify them, find the gaps, the flaws.
Okay. It's like that S.I. Hayakawa quote he uses.
Yeah. Learning to write is learning to think. It forces that level of precision. You externalize the idea so you can really look at it.
Okay, so writing helps shape it.
Mm-hmm.
Then stretching. What's that about?
Stretching is about taking that shaped idea and basically exposing it to other people, other perspectives.
So talking it through, getting feedback.
Exactly. Let others challenge it, build on it. It's like stress testing the idea. You often end up with something much stronger, more well-rounded.
Right, you see angles you missed. And finally, landing the thoughts. This is the action part.
Yeah, this is where it becomes real. An idea isn't worth much if it just stays in your head.
So how do you land it?
Maxwell suggests 3 steps. First, land it with yourself. Do you really believe in it? Is there integrity there?
Okay, internal conviction.
Second, land it with key players, the influencers, the people who can help make it happen.
Get buy-in.
And third, land it with those most affected. Get that reality check. Does it actually work? Does it help?
Conviction, support, validation. Makes sense. Now, he also talks about choosing to think good thoughts. It's not passive.
Not at all. It's intentional. It's a discipline. You have to decide to make thinking a priority.
Like the Dan Cathy example.
The Chick-fil-A guy.
Scheduling actual thinking time. Half days, full days. Dedicated time away from the daily grind just to think strategically.
Wow, that's commitment. It's not just hoping you find time.
Exactly. And tied to that is capturing ideas, writing them down.
Why is that so critical? We mentioned writing for shaping. Right, but it's also about not losing them. Ideas can be fleeting, Writing them down creates a record, an idea bank you can come back to.
Okay, good point. And then the crucial step, acting on them.
Yes. Ideas have a shelf life. That Eddie Rickenbacker quote is perfect. Think things through, then follow through.
Execution is key.
Absolutely. The best idea means nothing if you don't do anything with it.
He also has this interesting point about allowing emotions to create another good thought. That sounds a bit counterintuitive.
It does at first, maybe. But the idea is, while you don't wait for feelings to start thinking, once you're engaged in the process, your emotions, passion, frustration, purpose can actually fuel the thinking.
So they provide energy.
Momentum.
Exactly. Tap into that emotional connection to drive further insights. It's about starting deliberately, then letting emotion add fuel.
Interesting. Okay, let's shift slightly. Maxwell paints this portrait of a good thinker. He says it's not about innate talent.
Right. It's about willingness,
Hmm.
a commitment to actually engage in the process of thinking consistently. He compares it to those visionary companies in Collins and Porras' work.
Yeah, like those companies succeed because of many interconnected parts working together. Good thinking is similar. It's a composite of different skills.
And he lists 11 of them. Can you run through those quickly?
Sure, it's big picture thinking, focus thinking, creative, realistic, strategic, possibility, reflective, questioning popular thinking, shared thinking, unselfish thinking, and finally, bottom line thinking.
Okay, 11. Quite a list. We probably can't dive super deep into all 11, but let's unpack some key ones. How about big picture thinking first? Seeing the forest, not just the trees.
Exactly. It's about understanding the broader context. Why is that useful? Well, it helps you lead better because you see how things connect.
You spot opportunities others miss.
Mm-hmm. And Maxwell argues it leads to a more complete life. You see the significance of things. Like Montaigne said, it's not the length of life, but the use you make of it.
Big picture thinking helps you use it better, and it makes you more tolerant.
Yeah, because you see different viewpoints as part of a larger whole.
So how do we get better at seeing the big picture?
A few things. One, get comfortable with ambiguity. Don't always need certainty. Hold different ideas at once.
Okay.
Two, learn from every experience. Good, bad, stay teachable. Three, get insights from different kinds of people, mentors, advisors, anyone with a broader view.
Diversify your input.
Right. Four, give yourself permission to expand your world, go against the flow sometimes. And five, just commit to lifelong learning. Always be trying to expand your uh, intellectual ray, as Thoreau put it. See more.
Okay. Constantly learning, seeking different perspectives. Yeah. Got it. Now, what about the opposite in a way? Focused thinking.
Yeah, this is about harnessing your mental energy, directing it towards a specific goal.
What are the benefits of that?
Well, it concentrates your power, right? Like focusing light. Gives you
Yeah.
clarity, cuts through the noise, and it's often what gets you to the next level. That Overstreet quote about the mature mind following through.
Versus the immature mind hopping around.
Exactly. Focus is maturity.
But where should we focus? We can't focus on everything.
No, definitely not. Be selective. Focus on your real priorities, your key goals, your unique gifts and strengths, and your dreams. Don't just get bogged down in busy work.
Like De Bono said, don't stop thinking just because you're tired.
Right. And Satchel Paige, don't look back. Keep focus forward.
So how do we do it? How do we get more focused?
First, kill distractions. Seriously. Prioritize. Create boundaries. Be fully present. Whatever you are, be there.
Easier said than done sometimes.
Tell me about it. Second, make time for it. Schedule focused thinking. Avoid multitasking. Research shows it tanks efficiency. Maxwell's morning routine is a good model.
Thinking on paper helps too.
Hugely. Gets it out of your head, makes it clearer. Also, set goals. They give your focused direction.
Like a target.
And finally, check in. Ask yourself, is this focused thinking actually working? Am I making progress?
Makes sense. Focusing means giving things up, right?
Mm.
Maxwell mentions what you give up to go up.
Yeah, that's a big one. You probably can't know everyone deeply or be involved in everything as you become more focused or successful.
So you need a strong inner circle.
Exactly. Quality over quantity in relationships becomes more important. You focus your relational energy too.
Okay, let's pivot to creative thinking. Connecting the unconnected.
Yeah, that's a great way to put it. Seeing links, others don't. Like Tim Hansen said, expressing things in a new way.
And creative thinkers aren't afraid of failure.
They tend to see it differently as part of the process, maybe even necessary. Remember, Charles Frankel, anxiety is part of creation.
And creativity isn't used up, like Maya Angelou said.
Right, the more you use, the more you have, it compounds. And it attracts people, doesn't it? Like Da Vinci.
True. Okay, so we have big picture, focused, creative, but we need to ground it. That brings us to realistic thinking.
The reality check. So important. It's about seeing the difference between what you wish were true and what is true.
Facing facts, even the uncomfortable ones.
Yep. Maxwell admits he had to learn this, to move from avoiding bad news to seeing the value in realism. It actually provides security, knowing what you're dealing with.
Why else is it so critical?
Well, it gives you a real target, a game plan. Hope isn't a strategy, right? It's a catalyst for change. You see what needs fixing. It gives you credibility. It provides a solid foundation, like Edison said, and ideas' value is in its use.
It helps you overcome obstacles because you see them coming.
Exactly. And it makes the dream actually happen. Galsworthy's point, Idealism needs realism to become reality.
So how do we get more realistic without being negative?
First, just face the facts. Be willing to hear the truth, like Churchill or Koppel suggested. Second, do your homework. Gather the data, learn from others, like Chester Bowles advised.
Strip away assumptions.
Third, think through pros and cons. Weigh the costs. And fourth, consider the worst-case scenario. Not to be morbid, but to prepare. It actually makes you more confident.
Okay, realistic grounding. Now, strategic thinking. This feels like the master plan.
It is, in a way, planning your life, living your plan, thinking beyond just today or this week. Maxwell likes a 40-day horizon.
Get you out of just reacting.
Totally. What are the benefits? Well, it simplifies things. You break big stuff down, create systems. Good strategies repeated become good systems.
It makes you ask the right questions, like Bob Beal's list.
Exactly, about direction, organization, cash flow, the big stuff. And it forces you to adapt, like Patton said. Plans have to adjust to reality.
So how do we use it?
Break the issue down, like Ford's assembly line idea. Know your desired outcome, be super clear on that. Identify the real issues, don't solve the wrong problem.
Like William Feather warned.
Right. Review your resources, time, money, people. Develop the actual plan. Put the right people in the right places. That's crucial.
Big consequences if you get that wrong.
Huge. Then implement and measure and learn from it all. Adapt. Like that Maxwell House-Agata example, changing strategy over decades.
Okay, strategic thinking. Intentional, forward-looking, adaptable. Next is possibility thinking. This sounds more optimistic.
It is. It's about believing solutions exist even when things look impossible. Refusing to accept limitations.
Why is that important?
It just opens up your world. Think George Lucas in Star Wars, he believed it was possible. It attracts opportunities, attracts resourceful people. It inspires others around you to think bigger.
Lets you dream bigger, like Schwartz said in Magic of Thinking Big.
Exactly. You aim higher.
How do we cultivate this?
Start by ditching the word impossible. Just remove it. Focus on how it can be done, not why it can't.
See the glass half full.
Yeah, actively look for the good, like Don Soderquist at Walmart did. Dream one size bigger than you normally would. Push your boundaries. Question the status quo constantly.
Challenge limitations.
Yeah.
Okay, now for reflective thinking. The crockpot of the mind.
Yeah. Great analogy. It's about letting experiences and thoughts simmer, slow cooking them to extract the wisdom.
Revisiting things later for deeper understanding.
Precisely. Stuff you miss in the moment becomes clear with time and distance.
What are the benefits of this mental summering?
It gives you true perspective, like how you feel about a vacation changes over time, right? It gives emotional integrity, you process feelings with distance, increases decision-making confidence you learn from past reflections.
Clarifies the big picture, identifies patterns.
And it makes experiences truly valuable, turns them into learning, not just, collecting experiences like Mark Twain warned against.
So how do we actually do reflective thinking?
Gotta make time for it, schedule it. Find a quiet place, remove distractions, ask yourself good questions.
Like Maxwell's daily questions.
Yeah.
What went right, wrong? What would I do differently?
Yeah, or Dick Biggs's framework year, turning point, impact, good prompts. And then cement the learning. Take action. Mark up books, take notes, apply the insights.
Make the learning stick.
Yeah.
Okay, next. Questioning popular thinking. Why not just go with the flow?
Because the flow is often, average. Popular thinking can be lazy, inflexible, slow to change, satisfied with too little.
Sometimes it means not thinking at all, like Kevin Myers said.
Exactly. And popular opinion is often wrong. Look at market bubbles or old debunked ideas. It's slow to embrace change, too.
So how do we avoid just following the herd?
First, value unpopular thinking. See the merit in minority views. Appreciate thinking that's different from yours, like Maxwell's brother Larry hiring diverse people.
Challenge your own thinking constantly.
Yes. Try new things, new ways, break routines, even small ones like your driving route, and get comfortable being uncomfortable. Standing apart isn't always easy.
Needs courage.
Yeah.
Okay, related but different. Shared thinking.
Yeah.
Tapping into the group mind.
Yeah, the idea that none of us is as smart as all of us. Leveraging collective intelligence.
Why is that better than going it alone?
It's usually faster, more brain power. It brings way more perspective, different experiences, backgrounds, generations. Its stronger ideas get tested and refined by the group, like good as harnessed horses.
They're powerful together.
Right. And it returns more value. Everyone learns and grows. Maxwell thinks truly great thinking is almost always collaborative at some level.
So how do we encourage it? How do we make shared thinking happen?
First, you have to genuinely value others' ideas. Believe they have something to offer. Be humble. Shift from competing to collaborating. Build on ideas. Don't just shoot them down.
Create the right environment.
Absolutely. Safe space, open communication, welcome diverse views, and choose the right people to share thinking with. People who are collaborative, secure, appreciate different strengths, focus on the team goal.
People who bring out the best in others. Got it. Now, unselfish thinking, moving beyond just collaboration to adding value.
This is about shifting focus from what's in it for me to how can I help others. Think Alfred Nobel funding the prizes or Scrooge's transformation. Big shift.
What are the rewards of thinking unselfishly?
Well, you add real value to others, like Bessie Anderson Stanley's definition of success, leaving the world better. It actually increases your own joy, weirdly enough.
Helping feels good.
It does. It motivates others around you. It lets you make a real difference. It's often good for business long term, too, like Selfridge. And it creates a legacy. Learn, earn, return.
So how do we practice this?
Put others first, consciously. Like Blanchard and Peele said, expose yourself to situations where people have needs. See where you can help. Give quietly, sometimes anonymously. Focus on the giving, not the credit.
Develop a serving attitude.
And aim for win-win in relationships. Think mutual benefit.
A fundamental shift. Okay, last one. Bottom line thinking, back to results.
Right. This is about ruthless focus on the real goal, stripping away everything non-essential, what actually matters.
Like the focus in NYC after 9/11, just recovery, rebuilding, the absolute essentials.
Exactly. You have to be crystal clear on the true bottom line.
How do we keep that focus?
Define it clearly. What's the core objective? Make that the filter for everything. Does this activity serve the bottom line? Ensure smaller goals all add up to the main one.
Make sure they're aligned.
Totally. And get everyone on the team aligned. Everyone needs to know the big goal and their part in hitting it. Clarity and alignment are key.
Wow. Okay, that brings us through all 11, or at least a good look at them.
Yeah.
It's a lot to think about.
It really is. But the core message is powerful, isn't it? Thinking is foundational. Emerson's quote. Life consists of what a man is thinking about all day.
Our thoughts shape who we are, what we do, our destiny, like James Allen said.
And those who get to the top, they just think differently, as William Arthur Ward put it. But the best part is, we can change how we think. Paul the Apostle knew that. We have that power.
So, for you listening, maybe take a moment after this. Think about these 11 skills. Which ones resonate? Where's your biggest opportunity for growth right now?
Yeah, maybe pick just one area to focus on initially and really consider this. What is one specific shift in your thinking, inspired by this conversation, that you're going to actively implement starting today?
Great question to ponder. Thank you so much for joining us on this deep dive.
My pleasure.
Until next time, keep thinking, keep growing.